Happy New Year! It's 2023, and like every month, I am here to tell you what I've been watching. I'm in a little bit of a different filming situation because my husband has my tripod right now. So we'll see how this goes. Also, my cat. December felt like a very long month. Okay, to start things off, I just rewatched a couple things. So I rewatched A Blade in the Dark and I rewatched The Case of the Bloody Iris. You know, gotta keep my Giallo levels high. Then I watched Foxy Brown from 1974, a film starring Pam Grier, a blaxploitation film. I discussed it in a recent video, so I won't go into it too much here, but it's just a really good sort of like action crime revenge type of deal that I really enjoyed. Next was Taste the Blood of Dracula from 1970. This is a Hammer film. It's a Christopher Lee Dracula film, and it's part of a set that Brian sent me, so I finally finished the whole 4-disc set there. I enjoyed this one. I enjoy all of these Christopher Lee films I have seen so far. I thought the story was pretty good. The film had, you know, some strengths and some weaknesses, but, you know, I don't really like to nitpick these films because they're just a vibe, you know what I mean? Next, I rewatched Baby Oopsie. Next, I watched The Gore Girls from 1972. I watched this in order to do a joint review over on Exploitation Reviews channel on YouTube. So I watched Gore Girls and then I hopped on over to Rob's channel and we reviewed it together. The Gore Girls is a like stripper splatter film and it was messy but pretty fun. Then I rewatched Baby Oopsie 2 and then I rewatched Baby Oopsie 3. Now, moving on, I watched Blood from the Mummies 2. This was sent to me on Blu-ray from Craig. Thank you, Craig. It was such a treat. So this is a Hammer film and described as like one of the weirder Hammer films, right? So it was pretty cosmic, you know? It was like a little bit archaeological, but kind of like beyond an archaeology horror. It became something a bit more cosmic. But I thought it was really fun. It was beautiful to look at and it was unique. So it was a great watch and I'm honored to own it. I think it's so cool. Then I rewatched Torso because I got it on Blu-ray. Oh, and I also just reviewed Torso. If you didn't see that, check out, like, I think probably my last video. Oh, bitch. Next, I watched Lamberto Bava's Delirium from 1987. I have been sleeping on this. Oh my God, this movie is amazing. So there's been 2 Deliriums I've been wanting to see. The Renato Pulselli's Delirium and then this Bava Delirium. So Rob from Exploitation Reviews, he did a video of like the Jolly he would recommend and he mentioned this one and I was like, okay, let me find it. It was so freaking good. I loved it. Why do I like so many 80s Jolly? I'm not even trying. But it's just like gorgeous. It's like very sexy and like very 80s glam, but not even in a tacky way. It's just so beautiful. The interiors are beautiful and the kills are just trippy. Like there's some psychedelic crap going on and there's so many elements that I like there's a scene in a department store after closing. I just love stores after closing. I think that is so creepy. Oh yeah, and Daria Nicolodi is in this movie. I don't know, this one just kicks ass. I must own it. And apparently this is my most liked review on Letterboxd, so check that out. Delirium, photo of, I can't even begin to say this, Joya. How was that? Anyway, that's definitely on my favorites list now. And then I finally went for The Sweet Body of Deborah. This gets talked about a lot, especially when we're talking about Carol Baker Jolly. Though this was directed by Romulo... oh my God, I cannot pronounce these things. Guerrieri. Okay. Anyway, so this is a John Sorrell, Carol Baker Giallo. Oh, and it has George Hilton in it too. This was fantastic. amazing. Visually, there's just a lot to look at. Outfits, people, landscapes, interiors. And it's like a really perplexing mystery because you're like, what the heck is going on as it unfolds? But this one was awesome. It was really, really fun. Just like if you're a Giallo fan and just in the like most traditional sense, I think this is one you would really like if you haven't seen yet. Next, I rewatched Black Christmas from 1974. We were not on top of our Christmas movies this month. Then I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night, which, I mean, you probably already know about this movie. This is a 1984, kind of like a Christmas slasher. I hated it. I hated it, y'all. It was a mess. It's like it didn't know what it wanted to be. Did it want to be camp or did it want to be serious? Because as I said in my review, there wasn't enough comic relief for this film to be cheesy, but it was far too clumsy for it to be serious. I just thought it was a tacky film. And it's been a while since I just said I straight up hated a movie, but no thanks. Next, a ton of you guys recommended this movie in terms of exploitation exploration. That should be the name of the series. Exploitation exploration. Anyway, it's Female Prisoner number 701, Scorpion. And the year is 1972. 1972. That's when all the movies I watch are from, apparently. This is a like a Japanese women in prison film. And I've talked about this in another video, but it was the most gorgeous, stylish film I have ever seen. It was just masterfully shot. I was in awe. That's the biggest strength of this movie, but also we have Meiko Kaji, I think that's her name, from Lady Snowblood in the starring role in this movie. And yeah, she kicks ass. This film was, I mean, it was bleak. It wasn't like fun, but it was gorgeous. And I would say the final scene is fun. Next, I guess I rewatched Baby Oopsie. Oh, and then I guess I rewatched Baby Oopsie 2 and 3. Anyway, moving on. Next was my Canucksploitation. In my exploitation exploration, I watched Kathy's Curse from 1977. This is like a supernatural haunted house in the style of The Omen type of film, and it was a fun watch. I thought it was decent. It was cute, and just I'd say in terms of blindly taking y'all's recommendations and exploring exploitation, I think that was a good one and it was fun. On Christmas Day, we watched The Santa Claus from 1994. Really? 94? That was more like 96. Anyway, that's my favorite Christmas movie, like non-horror Christmas movie, and that's Zach's favorite as well, so we at least got that one in. Then I decided to hop on Shudder and check out some of those new Jolly they uploaded. So first I watched The Killer is One of 13 from 1973. It was very like Clue or And Then There Were None, but it was really good, I thought. It was just like a decent Giallo, a worthy installment. It was about this lady who gathered 13 people to her house like to spend the weekend or something, and they're having their fancy dinner or whatever, and she reveals to them, the reason I've brought you all here is because I think one of you is the one who killed my late husband. And then everything just goes from there. It was, I guess you would call that kind of like tropey or whatever, but I didn't mind that, and I thought it was a good movie. Then after that, I went for Crazy Desires of a Murderer, 1977. And I think I gave them both the same rating of a C+, but I really enjoyed watching both of them. Now, Crazy Desires of a Murderer is very sleazy. I'm surprised it doesn't get talked about more, even up on the level of like Sister of Ursula or something when we're talking about sleaze. There's even this like scene with a candlestick. Like, okay. Of course that's the one movie my husband joins me for. Isn't that always how it goes? So this one's kind of like a gothic giallo. This girl brings her friends to her dad's castle and they spend a few days. I know, that sounds like so many other movies. But this is definitely a really weird one. Like, it's just weird. And it's hard to explain, but I did have a lot of fun with it. Despite it's like real trashy. Okay, next, after Christmas, we still try to get in some Christmas movies. So we watched Home Alone 1 and 2. Can't go wrong. And then it was December 31st and I was like, I need to end on something, you know? So I went to my exploration to-do list and I went with Gator Bait from 1974 for Exploitation once again. I'm going to be discussing this in a future video, so I won't go too much into it here, but Gator Bait was okay. I think it could have been so much better. It was just very like rough around the edges, but I think the casting and acting were great. The setting was great. The overall story was great, and it was pretty hilarious at sometimes. I was on the edge of my seat thinking a terrible rape was going to occur, but nothing ever happened. So I guess I kind of wish I knew that at the beginning, that it's not going to be a rape movie, so just relax a little bit. And then later that night, Zach and I spent New Year's Eve in the house. I mean, did y'all? Where did we even go? Where? Anyway, so I decided to put on New Year's Evil from 1980. Both my cats don't like each other and they're both on the couch. That's cute. Or on the bed. Anyway, New Year's Evil from 1980. I like this movie. I think it's fun. And I think we all do, like movies associated with holidays. That is how you leave a legacy. Attach your film to a certain day of the year so that people want to rewatch it. That's pretty smart. And I know The Fifth Chord is a New Year's movie, so maybe next New Year's. Anyway, so that is what I watched in December. It was a crazy month, you know, but I think I got a good amount of movies in. Favorites, let's look back. Favorites would be Foxy Brown, Delirium. It's Delirium. That's my answer. My favorite is Delirium. Let me know what you guys watched this month or what you think about any one of these movies on my list. And I'll be coming at you soon with maybe I might do like a letterboxed recap of my year. And then I have a collab coming soon. Okay, I hope you guys have a great start of the new year. And I hope your year is filled with blessings. Okay, talk soon. Ciao.